let's talk about the pieces of an LLC. The first part is you have an LLC. They call it a member, the member of the LLC.
Right.
But people also say they say that they're owner of an LLC.
Yeah.
It's just like if you're if you're the owner of a partnership, you're a partner.
Right.
If you own an LLC, you're a member. Now, usually we want that owner to be a revocable trust. So as part of the estate plan. The next piece, you have the manager. So what are your options for manager, Will?
Yeah, so a manager doesn't necessarily mean the owner. So typically you get to choose between a member managed or a manager managed LLC. And the manager managed ones are where you're delegating that responsibility primarily away from the owner so that...
Or it could be a single owner.
Right.
So if there are several kids or several beneficiaries, you could have all of them be members or owners of the LLC, but reduce the management down to a single or maybe two members to manage it, two managers.
So that manager is kind of doing the day-to-day business affairs of the business. Yeah.
And then the other part, operating agreement. So are operating agreements required, Will?
Not in Arizona. They're not required, but highly recommended, especially for something like this, because this is going to govern the affairs of the business.
I was going to ask you, what is an operating agreement? How would you describe an operating agreement?
It basically modifies the default rules, where some of those default rules aren't going to be advantageous to a particular person. So this is going to say how much capital contribution you've put in, what the buyout is, who has the right to bind the contracts and liabilities of the company. Yeah.
We do a lot of LLCs for the single members, where usually just the trust is a member and people are creating it for themselves.
Yeah.
So it's still important to have an operating agreement because it shows that they're treating it as a business and how it works. Now, when you have multiple members, multiple beneficiaries, this written agreement becomes that much more important. Saying, what are the rules? How is this going to work?
Yeah.